Welcome to another episode of Literature Lessons. Today, we delve deep into the fascinating world of Hermann Hesse, a remarkable author whose works explore themes of self-discovery, spirituality, and the essence of identity. Hesse's journey mirrors that of his characters as they confront the complexities of the human experience. We will discuss some of his most significant novels, including Siddhartha and Steppenwolf, as well as examine how his life experiences shaped his writing and resonate with readers even today. Let's begin by understanding who Hermann Hesse was. Born in 1877, he was a German-born Swiss poet, novelist, and painter who would become one of the most influential authors of the 20th century. Hesse's literary career spanned several decades, and his exploration of self-knowledge, spirituality, and the tension between individual freedom and societal expectations struck a chord with readers worldwide. He won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1946 for his novel The Glass Bead Game, but it's often his earlier works like Siddhartha, Steppenwolf, and Damien that captivate readers the most. Hesse's struggles with his own mental health, his fascination with Eastern philosophy, and his opposition to nationalism and war played pivotal roles in shaping his narratives. He crafted a unique lyrical and introspective style that invites readers to embark on their own spiritual journeys. Now, let's dive into Siddhartha, Hesse's most beloved novel, published in 1922. The story follows a young Brahmin named Siddhartha who departs from his life of comfort to seek enlightenment. Throughout his journey, he experiences life as an ascetic, a wealthy merchant, and a ferryman. The novel is rich with themes of self-discovery and the exploration of suffering and unity in life. Hesse was deeply influenced by Eastern philosophy, particularly Buddhism and Hinduism, which color Siddhartha's quest for truth. A significant aspect of the novel is its message that wisdom cannot be taught, it must be experienced. Hesse's simple yet poetic writing style helps readers to connect with Siddhartha's journey toward inner peace, making the novel a touchstone for those seeking spiritual meaning. Following Siddhartha, we encounter Steppenwolf, published in 1927. This novel invites us into the mind of Harry Haller, a middle-aged intellectual who grapples with feelings of alienation and despair. He identifies himself as the Steppenwolf, a wolf of the steppes, reflecting his conflict between human civilization and primal instincts. Through surreal experiences, including visits to a magic theater, Haller confronts his fragmented identity. The work is a profound exploration of themes such as madness, the search for meaning, and individual freedom. Steppenwolf's examination of a divided self resonates with many who feel out of touch with societal norms. Hesse's engagement with psychology and existentialism was especially influential during the counterculture movements of the 1960s and continues to draw readers today. Now, moving on to Hesse's profound interest in Eastern philosophy. This fascination was not just academic for Hesse, it was part of his personal and spiritual journey. He extensively explored sacred texts from Eastern traditions, including the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita, believing that these philosophies provided essential insights into the self and pathways to inner peace. Eastern themes permeate much of his body of work and have contributed to an ongoing conversation about spirituality in the West. His novels not only opened up Eastern thought to Western readers but also helped establish a broader cultural movement interested in spirituality and alternative lifestyles. It's essential to consider how Hermann Hesse's own psychological struggles shaped his storytelling. Hesse encountered serious mental health challenges throughout his life, including depression and anxiety. His experiences led him to explore psychoanalysis, particularly with a student of Carl Jung. This psychological influence is apparent in his writing, where characters often wrestle with their inner conflicts and look for wholeness. Hesse's exploration of the shadow self and the integration of the unconscious mind feature prominently, as he believed that self-knowledge is crucial to healing. His honesty about his vulnerabilities resonates deeply with readers, particularly young individuals seeking to understand themselves. Additionally, let's talk about Hesse's later work, The Glass Bead Game, published in 1943. This novel marks a significant turn in Hesse's exploration of intellect and artistic expression. Set in a future intellectual society called Castalia, the story revolves around Joseph Connect, a scholar who becomes the master of the glass bead game, an intricate synthesis of all human knowledge. Through Connect's experiences, Hesse examines the relationship between intellectual pursuits and the broader human existence. connects eventual departure from the cloistered life to engage with the outside world, conveys Hesse's belief that true wisdom emerges from confronting real life, not just abstract thought. The glass bead game interrogates the limits of intellect and highlights the value of artistic engagement in a complex society. As we explore Hesse's literary landscape, we must also understand the historical context in which he wrote. During World War I, Hesse's pacifist stance led him to oppose German nationalism fervently. This conviction forced him to leave Germany and settle in Switzerland. His criticism of war and militarism became central themes in his writings, emphasizing the significance of individual conscience over blind loyalty to state and ideology. Interestingly, Hesse was also an accomplished painter, creating thousands of watercolors focusing on the Swiss landscapes he loved. He found painting to be meditative, helping him connect with nature and his inner world. Unfortunately, his anti-war views resulted in backlash, including the burning of his books by Nazis. Nevertheless, his resilience allowed him to continue advocating universal human values through his art. Now, let's examine Narcissus and Goldmund, another of Hesse's remarkable novels published in 1930. The story juxtaposes two friends, Narcissus, a wise and disciplined monk, and Goldmund, who embodies artistic impulsiveness. Their contrasting lives highlight the essential tension between intellect and sensory experience, illustrating that both are necessary for a fulfilled life. Goldmund's explorations include relationships and adventures that lead to beautiful sculptures, each representing a search for meaning beyond mortality. Meanwhile, Narcissus finds value in an ascetic lifestyle that prioritizes spiritual contemplation. Hesse's narrative combines artistry and philosophy, suggesting that integrating rational thought with rich, sensory experiences leads to true wisdom. As we reflect on Hermann Hesse's enduring legacy, it's clear he remains a prominent figure in world literature. His works have been translated into over 60 languages, continually resonating with readers across generations. Hesse's influence extends beyond literature into psychology, philosophy, and popular culture, capturing the quest for authenticity and meaning in life. His novels encourage us to confront our fears, embrace self-exploration, and seek personal truths in a seemingly chaotic world. His narrative style, imbued with lyrical beauty and profound insight, remains a source of inspiration and guidance, particularly for those embarking on their own journeys of self-discovery. In conclusion, Hermann Hesse's contributions to literature and the exploration of the human condition remain unparalleled. From Siddhartha's spiritual odyssey to Steppenwolf's psychological introspection, Hesse's works invite readers to reflect on their identities and the meaning of existence. His ability to weave profound philosophical questions into accessible narratives ensures that his stories continue to inspire seekers of truth today. By engaging with Hesse's literature, we find ourselves not just as passive readers but as active participants in our explorations of self and society. To recap our exploration of Hermann Hesse, we studied the themes of spirituality and identity that permeate his works, exemplified in novels like Siddhartha and Steppenwolf. We discussed Hesse's deep interest in Eastern philosophy, his psychological struggles, and how these elements enriched his writing. We also reflected on the significance of the glass bead game and how it challenges perceptions of intellect and artistic pursuits. Hesse's legacy, marked by a timeless exploration of self and its complexities, continues to resonate with readers across generations. His literary voice inspires ongoing conversations about authenticity, personal growth, and human connection. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening episode of Literature Lessons. We hope this exploration of Hermann Hesse's profound works encourages you to dive deeper into literature and ponder the essential questions of life. Remember, literature is not just a reflection of our world but a powerful tool for understanding ourselves. Stay curious, keep reading, and join us next time for another exciting literary journey.